What's up, guys? Just wanted to show you a way that I dramatically cleaned up the underneath of my van and just made it look way more professional and put together than it was before. If you haven't watched my video on the Bluetti about how we power our van, I would watch that first because that shows kind of how everything is hooked up. But in that video, I had a very messy system with extension cords and power strips underneath my van, and I had to unplug and replug stuff when we switched from solar power to shore power. And it wasn't super complicated, but it just looked messy, and I really wanted to clean up that process, so I made it look like this. And I have since sold the van, but I shot a quick video on my phone while I was doing this, so I just wanted to show y'all how I did all these switches and took it from looking like a mess to looking like this. Now there are these three switches. One of them is to decide how the Bluetti is getting charged. If you flip it up, then the Bluetti is getting power from the solar panels. And if you flip it down, then the Bluetti is getting power from the AC adapter. And then the other two switches are for our AC circuit of power and our DC circuit of power. I can choose if that power is coming from the Bluetti or from shore power. So basically, when we're not at a campsite or something plugged up to power, I would have those flipped to the Bluetti side, so both those circuits are getting power from the Bluetti. But if we're parked at a campsite and have shore power, all I have to do is plug that shore power into the side of the van and then flip those switches so that both those circuits start getting power from that instead. You can do the actual switches however you want. I just found some cheap switches on Amazon or eBay, I can't remember, that were rated high enough for the amount of power I was sending through them, and then just made like a little panel to attach them to. You could come up with your own way to do the switches, but I just wanted to show you how I actually wired all this to make it work. And I am just kind of piecing this video together because I don't actually have the van anymore, so I'm using old footage that I had and doing my best to show you guys. But I hope you still find it helpful. This for me was just made the back of the van look so much better, and I was really happy with it. All right, so I've got my three switches wired up. So these, once I have all this set up, these switches will be right here. That's all you'll really see, and these will be the only thing we need to switch from running off solar to running off shore power. So this first switch here is our 12-volt circuit. You can see this cord plugs into the Bluetti right here. So right now we are flipped this way, which means the power is coming from here. So right now we are running our 12-volt circuit off of which is what these lights are running off of. We are running it off of the Bluetti. We can flip that to the middle, turn it off, and then if we go ahead and flip it all the way to this side, now it's coming through this cord, which goes into our AC to DC converter, which plugs into the shore power. So now we are running our 12-volt circuit, lights are working, off of shore power. So then the others do the same thing. This one is for our AC circuit. So right now we are running power from this cord, which is plugged into the Bluetti. So we're running our AC circuit off of the Bluetti, which right now has the microwave and the fridge powered on. I can flip this off, and you probably couldn't hear it, but I just heard the fridge cut off. The microwave is off. And then when I flip it this way, we're gonna start powering those off of the shore power. This is plugged directly into the shore power. You should hear the microwave beep when I flip it. So now we're powering our AC circuit off of the shore power with the flip of a switch. And the last switch is used for the actual power source to charge the Bluetti. I have it turned off right now. So if we flip it this way, the power is going to come from here, which is hooked to our solar panels. It's nighttime right now, so that's not going to do anything. So I'm going to flip it the other way, which is going to pull power from here, which is plugged into the shore power. This is our Bluetti AC charger. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this way. And right now you can see Bluetti is not taking in, it's not putting in any power. The input is at 0. So if we flip this switch over, you'll see that go up to a little over 200 watts because now it is pulling power from the AC adapter, which is plugged to the shore power. And if we're unhooking from shore power, need to go back to just charging off our solar panels, we would just flip this the other way and it would start pulling power from solar panels. So now all this will be tucked away in this little storage I'm building over here. Those 3 switches will be the only thing showing, and when we hook up to shore power, we'll flip them all down for shore power. When we're running on solar, flip them all up for solar power. And it's gonna be extra simple.